how to overcome the fear of being alone after a breakup. The first thing that you must realize to overcome this fictitious fear is that you're not afraid of it. You're not afraid of being alone. You're afraid simply from the unknown, the unpredictable. Because in your relationship, you knew that there is somebody there. It was predictable, it was comfortable. And now the future is not clear. What you're going to do in your life, it's not clear. Who you're going to be with. And probably you even entertaining the thought that you might die alone. You will never find anybody else. Rest assured, you will find love again. You find it once, you will find it again. Right now, there is a block on your heart that Mother Nature placed on your heart for you not to see or want to be with anybody else. This is just what it is. You are now still quote unquote loyal to your ex. And if you try to date now, it will even feel weird for you. You feel like you're cheating on them or betraying them to a certain degree. It's very weird, but I know how it feels. This is why I want you to know that to overcome the fear of being alone, you just need to realize that this is not what you're afraid of. Okay? You're afraid of the unknown. So in today's session, I'm going to help you realize the fear and realize how to overcome it. There are 4 simple steps that I'm going to share with you. I'm Coach Paz, Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. And number 1, it's why you feel this way, the psychology behind it. Like I said, it's the fear of the unknown. Your brain craves familiarity, and now there is a void. And there is also a quote that I heard the other day, which is really suitable for this specific situation, that human beings, we are prefer to be in a familiar hell than unfamiliar heaven, which is so true and so beautifully said. Because we are prefer to stay where it's wrong, toxic relationships, doing things that are not good for us, like drinking, smoking, because it's familiar and there is a predictability of a certain reward from drugs and alcohol. The reward is shit and it fades away like that, but we still people do it. I don't know why you still do it, but stop it. If you do drinks or alcohol to overcome a breakup, it's the worst thing that you can do for yourself. And I made a video and I went really deep on how detrimental it is to drink and smoke after a breakup, to numb yourself, or pills or anything like that. So make sure that you don't do that. This is familiar thing that needs to be extinguished from your life completely. So the second thing here, it's society's pressure. Society pressure. Yep. Many people feel like being single equals failure, which isn't true. So many people, that's the problem with society today. They want you to think that being single, it's not good. And people look at you weird. If you're single, for quite some time, they say something must be wrong with this person. Or if, worst thing, if your ex moved on quickly, monkey branched or rebound, you look like a clown for staying single, because they look at your ex and say, they moved on, why didn't you? And people that think this way, society, and remember also one more thing. If many people think that, it must be wrong. If most people think that, it must be wrong. This is why what I'm telling you here, not most people think that way, which makes it true, and you know that it's true. I'm not saying that it's true just because I'm saying it, but this is the truth. Because if you move on quickly, if your ex moved on quickly, monkey branched, or rebounded, it doesn't mean that they are better at processing emotions, because they're not emotion processors wizards. No, in a magical way, they just forgot about you and moved on. It never happens. So it just reveals their very high level of ignorance as to they don't understand the healing process, the grief process, and how to actually sit with your fucking emotions and heal before you go out again. And they just continue with their life like nothing happened. And a lot happened. And if they don't process their emotions correctly, they take the time to reflect, they will perpetuate the same behavior again and again and again and again for the rest of their life because they don't see the problem. So don't fall into society's pressure. Don't fall into it. You will feel lonely, alone and lonely if you fall for it. Realize you are healing. Take the time. Don't go under someone to get over your ex. Take the time, reflect, work on yourself. If you need extra help, get the Rise of the Phoenix. This is my online healing coaching program that takes you step by step. And if you feel me and if you are resonating with what I'm saying here, know that I got the answer for you. And I'm offering the Rise of the Phoenix now for only $37 for a limited amount of time. So make sure you take advantage of it and start healing correctly, because if you feel lonely, it's because you're not doing proper work on yourself to feel differently. And you can't expect to feel differently just with the mere passage of time. Time will pass by, but you either growing or disintegrating. You're not stagnating. There is no stagnation. You're either progressing or regressing. And the quality of your healing in this specific breakup will determine the quality of your next one and the quality of your entire life, because now you get to know yourself. And this is the beautiful thing about a breakup. You are forced to level up. You're forced to look inside. Many people don't take this opportunity and they jump into another relationship that quick, which will end up in a heartbreak again and hurt all the people involved. Never going to work. So make sure that you don't make this mistake and you heal correctly. Now, the first step is change your mindset about being alone. Being alone does not equal being lonely. Also, revisit my channel. I made a video a few days ago about being alone doesn't equal being lonely. I think it's like 10-minute video, really, really good, that you must watch. You must watch in order for you to understand how you can be alone without being lonely. I don't want to get into it right now because it's going to be long and it's going to take a lot of time from this video. So just revisit my channel, search for this video and you'll find it. Alone time is where true self-growth happens. You cannot grow if you're not giving yourself alone time. You need to find quality time within yourself. And I wrote here at the end, and I'm just going to say it now, that if you can't be alone, you can't be in a relationship. This is just what it is. People who cannot be alone cannot be in a relationship. Because if you cannot be alone and you get into a relationship because you cannot be alone, you actually got into a relationship for the wrong reasons. You are getting into the relationship because of a need and not because of a want. You go into the relationship because you need to take something from the partner instead of wanting to give. Think about it. Would you like to get into a relationship with someone who is there just to take from you and not give and add to your life? You wouldn't. So this is why you need this time. And actually, when I went through my breakup, when my ex monkey branched on me, that was the worst. He cheated, monkey branched. It was the worst for me because I had a very severe anxious attachment style. You can see I documented my journey. You can revisit my channel as well. That's the first video that I posted, documented my journey. It's an hour and a half video where I went through hell and back. And you probably can resonate if you're going to watch it, or if you already watched it, you can resonate. The link will be in the description below. That it was really, really hard because I couldn't be alone. Now, what happened as a result of that, when I just forced myself to be alone, forced myself to feel the feelings and let it hit me, I actually healed my anxious attachment style by learning how to soothe myself, because people are anxious, they don't know how to self-soothe. When you learn how to self-soothe, that's it. You're no longer anxious because you know that you can soothe yourself. Anxious people need someone else to soothe them. So take this into consideration. This is a gift that you've been given. Step number 2, fill the void with purposeful activities. Get into hobbies you never had time for. Start fitness and self-care routine. Fitness, that is the gateway to everything. To everything. I started working out about a year ago, transformed my life completely. My mind is sharp. My body is healthy. I love myself. Every time I look at the mirror, I flex. I love looking at the mirror. I love it. And my self esteem grew, confidence grew. Everything in my life became better because I love myself more. And this is a self loving act that you're doing towards yourself. You show yourself with action how much you love and value yourself. What more can you do? What more can you really do to show yourself that you love yourself? Not just affirm and say, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, I'm lovable. Show yourself by actions and think about your life as a silent movie. At this point, I look at my life as a silent movie and I said, if I watch this movie, no words, this person love themselves, value themselves, or trashing themselves. So I saw this person, this character, get up in the morning, go to the gym, meditate, eat good food, don't drink, don't smoke, don't engage in any vices, work out, work on myself, kind to others, stern with self, reading, reflecting. And I said, whoa, this person must love themselves. And yes, this is how I developed immense amounts of self-love, because your healing process is actually a self-love process. You need to start falling back in love with yourself. If you don't learn how to fall back in love with yourself, you will never heal, and you will never learn how to master this phase of being alone without being lonely. So take this one in consideration as well. Step number three. Step number three. Socialize with quality people. Loneliness doesn't mean isolation. Strengthen relationships. At the beginning, you will not want to see no one. And that's very normal. Very normal. At the beginning, you're just in a mood all the time and you don't want to see anyone. Because every person you see that is happy, you fucking hate them. You're like, why the fuck are you happy? Life sucks. So make sure that at the beginning you will isolate yourself. Little by little, you start opening up. And I want you to start strengthening relationships, because when you see people around you that are doing well, it sticks to you. You will start feeling better little by little. Don't isolate yourself completely. And I've worked with people that isolate themselves for a year or 2 years or even 6 or 7 months. It's a lot of time. Make sure that the isolation phase will be between, I would say, 1 to 2 months max. No more than that, because more than that, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy. You will start developing the hermit syndrome, where you don't want to be around people at all. And then you start to become bitter instead of better. You start viewing the world from a flawed perspective, bitter perspective. We don't want that. This is why I'm giving you these instructions and guidelines as to how to heal after a breakup correctly. Because if you don't, you see what is going to happen as a result of that. Join new community, class, or group. You can join my online healing community for free. It's on Facebook. The link in the description below as well. The name of the group is the Rise of the Phoenix Online Healing Community. All of us are there. A lot of great people that going through what you're going through. I am there. I'm trying to be as available as I can to answer questions and see the posts that you're posting, and just be a part of it as much as I can. I'm just extremely busy right now, but I'm doing the best. But the community is there. The people are there, and they're there for you. They're going through what you're going through, and they can help. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. That is important. Now, when I say that people can help you in the community, not necessarily give you advice, because if a person is in your situation, they cannot really give you advice, but they can help you with resonating with you. It can help you by you seeing that you're not the only one that's going through it. That's the help. Other than that, professional help or advice, make sure that you take from a professional, a therapist, but not from someone who is in your situation, because someone in your situation cannot really help you. That's just the truth. The only thing that they can do, like I said, is giving you, a shoulder, cry on, vent, and you can resonate with their situation. You can see that you're not alone. This is it. This is it. Step number four, challenge your fear directly. Spend time alone intentionally. I said at the beginning, Solo, you can do solo dates, travels, etc. Whatever it is that you want to do it by yourself. Start cultivating a relationship with you. Recognize that your worth isn't tied to a relationship. And again, you can recognize it only by doing the work on you and falling in love with being with yourself. Number three, last but not least, is reframe breakup as a new chapter, not the ending. This is just a chapter in your life. And I think I said it also in the movie, in the video that I talk about alone, being alone without being lonely. It's like a chapter in your book that you say to yourself, alone but not lonely. A chapter, and you go through this chapter, and the next one is togetherness from a healthy perspective. It's being with someone because of a want and not of a need. I'm there. Like it's so beautiful when you heal correctly. It's the best gift you can give yourself ever. Let me tell you, everything good in my life happened after an immense adversity. Something horrible that happened that I couldn't see a way out, and I thought that my life is over. My breakup was one of them. And for you guys, it's probably that as well, because a breakup, it's a pivotal point in your life. You can't see things in the same way. You're forced to level up. You're forced to do the work. And if you do the work correctly, you become stronger. If you do the work incorrectly, you become weaker. So make sure that you do everything for you, because this breakup happened for you, not to you. You're not the victim of circumstances here. You're the victor. If you need help, The Rise of the Phoenix, $37, the link in the description below. If you need my help one-on-one, also all the links that you need in the description below. The help that you need is here. Watch more of my video and make sure that you fall in love with yourself each and every single day. With that said, you guys, you got it. I love you, and I will see you again in the next one. Stay strong.